All right, this video, I needed an overhead shot to help you guys understand how to lay out the stair string the best, easiest way. So what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna set this, down here I got my unit rise, which is 7 3/8, unit run 10 1/4, adjusted bottom step 6 1/8. So on your framing square, you're gonna hold the tongue, which is the short part, on your right. The blade is going to be on your left. The blade is the long part. This is 2 inches wide. This is 1.5 inches wide. These are stair gauges. Point's going to be facing away from you. All right. So I'm going to set this on 7 3/8. So your unit rise goes on the short part of your square. The unit run goes on the long part of your square. So your unit rise is 7 3/8. And when you set that, the side of the stair gauge closest to the corner is what should be on your measurement. The side of the stair gauge closest to the corner is what should be on the measurement. I'm going to set this one on 10 1/4. And there's 10 1/4. All right, so I got 7 3/8 to this side. I got 10 1/4 to this side. I'm going to put this on my piece of wood, just like so. I'm going to hook it on the edge. You're going to need a small square. I'm going to turn the small square back to back with these. This corner has to be touching this stair gauge. And the first thing I'm going to mark out is my adjusted bottom step, which is 6 1/8. So I'm going to hold these two together. I'm going to slide them until 6 1/8 is in line with the edge of the wood down here. 6 1/8 is in line with the edge of the wood. I'm gonna mark that. Don't need that for the moment. I got 4 steps I gotta lay off. This right here, what I'm marking off right here, this is my first unit run. Now this one right here is my first unit rise. I'm gonna put 1. So first unit, that's where your foot's gonna go. You step up, your foot will go on this next one. You go to the part here, there and there. That's number 2. That's second unit run, second unit rise. Go to where that one left off. And third one. And then I like to number these, you don't have to. And fourth one. All right, so once that's all your steps, I'm gonna go directly across. So this was just like this. I'm gonna go directly across. I'm gonna put the back side of my square on that line, and I'm just gonna mark it across. Now I like to put a header, meaning a 2x material. 2x material is 1.5 inches thick. Well, it just so happens that the tongue of my square right here is 1.5 inches. So if the back of that's on there, I can just mark the inside of my square here. All right, and right here I like to write header. That just helps me remember. So my header, 1.5 inches right here, and that's for 2x material. So I would cut that off right there. Down here, I need to take my small square. This makes a 90-degree angle, and I have to mark out the ground. So what I do is I put the edge of the square on my first rise right here, my very first rise, and I'm going to square that off. This is going to be the ground. Okay? This right here is the ground. And last but not least, I like to mark out a kicker or a ledger. Your book calls it a ledger. I call it a kicker board. That is a 2x4 that we cut a notch out for the 2x4. That 2x4 is 1.5 inches by 3.5. Okay? So I'm going to come to 3.5. I'm going to put a mark. This is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to just mark the inside of that. As long as the bottom is on the ground. All right, and I can square this off like this, and finish out my line here. And that is my ledger or kicker. Here's my ground. There's my kicker. So that's a completed, that's what your stair stringer should look like when you're done. When you get done, you bring it to me, I'll check it. If everything's good, you'll move on to the next one. I typically have you practice 2 of these for a grade, and then on the third one will be your performance profile. That's the one that you've got to do all by yourself.